Hello, guys. Welcome to the show this afternoon. I want to talk about a subject of interest. Gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies. How do you invest? Now, I've been in cryptocurrencies a long time. Going back, I got started in it around 2013. So I've been in it quite a few years. And investing in cryptocurrencies is tricky business. Now, I'm going to tell you something about it. If you want to invest your money and you want to be safer, silver and gold is probably the way to go. Now, cryptocurrencies, I do not consider them to be a rock-solid safe investment. I'll tell you the reasons why. Say you want to go out and buy Bitcoin, okay? Well, there's a number of things you're subject to that Bitcoin actually could run into trouble. One of the things is called a 51% attack of the Bitcoin network. Now, this is a problem because the miners all get together, and if they can get more than 51% of the mining power, they can control Bitcoin, which could cause a massive mess, but it's not really likely to happen. It's what you would call a remote possibility, a very remote possibility. But if you're an investor, you have to take things like that into consideration. There's also the fact that the Bitcoin network is only capable of handling 7 transactions per second. So if we get a massive surge into the Bitcoin, people buying it and stuff like that, the network could actually get bogged down. There's also the question mark, will Bitcoin be the coin? Because I'm going to tell you what, there's a whole network of coins. There's hundreds and hundreds of different coins. And they're just like a bunch of starving piranha. They want that top spot. And they're vocal about it. Like, Dash has come right out and said, hey, you know what? We want your place, Bitcoin. We want it. So Bitcoin is on top of that hill. He's like the king of the mountain playing king of the mountain, and he's been staying there all this time. And he's made himself a darn good investment up till now. But it's a risky investment. Now, what about silver and gold? Take silver, for instance. The mines are being depleted. The ore grades in the mines is dropping. They've went all over the earth looking for new silver deposits. And every time they scour the earth for new silver deposits, there's less and less new good deposits. Silver is used in industrial applications. They are digging it out of the ground as fast as they can with great big machines. Modern technology has enabled them to get it out of the ground more efficiently than they've ever been able to get it out of the ground before. And this is why mining production is up and being buoyed. But it can't last forever. There's a limited quantity of silver in the ground, and they're digging it out as fast as they can. And they're going to be depleting the mines, and the mining ore coming out of the ground in the future is going to be significantly less ounces per ton than it is now. So it's a very rare mineral. There's actually, in the world, there's actually less silver than there is gold. There's more gold out there. So why is gold like 80 times the price? Well, this is a long story, and it goes back to an ancient civilization that's long gone. It was a civilization that existed before the Egyptians, before the Assyrian civilization, and before the Babylonian civilization. And their quest for gold, that ancient civilization, has extended its way down to our day, and it's why gold is worth something and lead's not. They don't make gold sinkers when you go fishing. They don't make them out of gold. They make them out of lead, because lead is not worth very much money. But gold would have the same qualities. It would make just as good a fishing sinkers. Honest to God, even better. Because it's not poisonous. It's soft like lead, and it's just as heavy as lead. And it would make prettier looking sinkers. So I mean, but I'm just kind of kidding around with it. But why is gold worth so much? And they've stored it away. It doesn't facilitate near as many uses as silver. Silver's used much more in industry, and that's why silver's an industrial metal. Gold is a metal that they use it a bit in jewelry and stuff like that, but most of it is stored away in great big bricks that they put away in vaults. And now they can count it as a Tier 1 asset on banks' capital ever since Basel III. Okay? So there's that to consider. So gold and silver are extremely precious. They'll always be precious, and they are going to move up in value because they've been being suppressed. These bankers that have been working together to suppress the price of gold and silver using the paper's futures market, futures contracts, they short it. They short the market, and then they make enormous amounts of money. These same players, when silver changes direction and goes up, they are going to push it to the upside, just like they pushed it to the downside. The exact same players. You'll find them right in there. And it's all going to be about making a buck in the opposite direction. First they make a buck on pushing it down, and then they'll make even more money pushing it up. And that's why they're accumulating. Take J.P. Morgan, for instance. Millions of ounces he's accumulated in real precious metal. So precious metal is a solid place to put your money because they can't knock it down below the mining production cost, and they're down close now to mining production cost. So there's not a lot of downside there. So your downside risk potential is very low. And on the other side of that coin, your upside potential is quite high. But the upside potential for gold and silver would not be as great an upside potential as there is in cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, I think, have a very bright future, but the problem is picking the right one that's going to really make it big. It's not 100% that Bitcoin is going to be the one that makes it out on top. Probably will be, but I mean a major glitch could come along to the network or something could happen. And any one of these other coins could jump ahead. They're ready and they're waiting in the wings. I like to I like to play with cryptocurrency, but I diversify my portfolio in cryptocurrency. It's not all Bitcoin. Bitcoin only represents about 40%. And that's the way I go with it. That's the way I roll. And I got probably another 40% in Litecoin, equal to Bitcoin. And because I realized something could happen to Bitcoin. All it would take is some error in the computer or something and freeze the network, or the network get bogged down with too many transactions because it can only handle 7 transactions per second and stuff like that. And so you have to realize that it's a risk. It's a much, compared to holding physical silver in your hand, cryptocurrencies is a much more risky, much higher risk. The risk factor, I would say, is much greater than physical silver. So how do you get started in all of this? Well, first off, I'm going to talk about silver or gold. The first thing you want to do is do not buy your gold and silver from some guy in a back alley. Let's start the charts, and I want to show you guys some stuff here. And let's start them right here. And the first thing I'm going to take a look at right here is the top 10 online bullion dealers. This is where you want to get your silver and gold. Now, they list them here. Right on the top of the list, probably the biggest one here is APMEX. APMEX. Now, there's another company called Kitco. Kitco's good. We also have Gold Silver Bull. They're a good company. Money Metal Exchange there is listed. Providence Metals is listed. JM Bullion is listed. Westminster Mint is listed. SD Bullion is listed. Gold Silver Incorporated is listed. BGASC.com is listed. Silver.com is listed. And Amangi Metals is listed. And they list these companies as companies you can just go on your computer and you can quite literally buy your silver. Now, what silver should you buy? Well, I can make a recommendation here. You know, if you buy fractional silver, it's going to cost you a lot more. Like if you buy 1/10 of an ounce or whatever, they're priced a lot higher. You know, the 1 ounce coins are right down on the lowest price. What you're going to get is the 1 ounce coins. Now, of the 1 ounce coins, there's also 1 ounce bars. You know, and you could go the bar route, but that's more of generic silver. I think you're better off probably to pay a little, just a tad more, and probably get a very well recognized coin form of a 1 ounce. That's probably your smartest way. Now, that's just my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want. But what I like is the 1 ounce coin form. And there's two big ones out there that can come to mind, is the Canadian maple leaf, and the second one is the American eagles. They're both really great way to store your silver. And they both come in monster boxes. You can buy a monster box if you want, if you've got enough money, you know. But, I mean, silver is a great investment because it's looking into the future, and it's looking how inflation is going to chew away at the value of your money that's in the bank, but the silver will probably keep up with inflation as years goes by. And so that's why you're doing it, is more of a hedge. A hedge against inflation is what it actually is. And so, silver and gold, there's two things to consider here. First off, if you have a lot of wealth, and you're going to keep it yourself, gold's probably the way to go. Because to equal the amount of wealth, if you've got a lot of wealth, you'd probably have to have hundreds of pounds of silver to equal what would fit in a small little box of gold. So gold's probably the way to go if you've got a lot of wealth. If you don't mind the extra weight of the silver and how much bigger it is and more bulky it is, then silver's probably going to outperform gold in the long run because of the silver to gold ratio. Okay? So, in the long run, silver's probably going to outperform gold. Now, what about cryptocurrencies? You want to get into cryptocurrencies and you're thinking of dabbling with cryptocurrencies. The best way to do that is to start very small. Very small. $100 or less. And learn how to transfer them across the internet. Don't go out there and buy $20,000 worth of Bitcoin, try to transfer it to your wallet and not know what you're doing and put in the wrong address. And send it off into oblivion. You know, lose $20,000. You know, that can actually happen. You got to learn how to copy paste addresses, wallet addresses. If you don't know how to copy paste on a computer, you need to learn how to copy paste in order to be able to send Bitcoin. And once you've learned how to copy and paste, then what you do is you paste the address in. And you always check the first few digits and the last few digits to confirm that you've got the correct address. You always do that. I've never had a transaction fail, and I've been doing it since the year 2013. And when I first started, I didn't know how to copy paste yet. I was still learning computers, you know. And the thing is I used to copy the whole address by hand on my keyboard. And I used to double and triple check to make sure that I got every letter correct, you know, if it was a capital case or a lowercase. And I never failed, you know. And I did that for about the first month or two, you know, when I was learning how. But I also had to figure out how to use these mining programs and stuff. And that was difficult. I had to download mining programs and figure out how to do it and everything else, you know. But it was like a hobby for me at the time. And there wasn't hardly, Bitcoin was still small, really small compared to what it is now. It's a growing industry. It's not going to stop growing. And ultimately, I can see it actually taking over the whole world's financial system. You guys are not too late if you want to get into cryptocurrency right now, because cryptocurrency is where you're going to see your biggest gains. The gains could very well outperform gold and silver. Gold and silver are going to see huge gains. I could easily see 10 times your money invested in gold and silver. It's very safe. It's a safe way to get high returns. But cryptocurrency is a very dangerous way to get much higher returns, because I could see the possibility of cryptocurrency, if you invest in the right one, making 1,000 times for every dollar you invest, making $1,000. Those are the kinds of gains you can make with cryptocurrencies in the future, because it's going to become, I believe that cryptocurrency is going to become the money of the future. It's going to outshine everything. And it's setting itself up, it's positioning itself to accept this load. It's like an empty wheelbarrow. A guy pushes an empty wheelbarrow up, he's ready to fill it with something. This cryptocurrency right now is like the empty wheelbarrow. And it's going to get filled, it's going to get used. It's positioned itself to accept all of the world's wealth. A money transfer. And so that's what I see coming. But the thing is don't get overexcited about cryptocurrencies, because, well, let's take a look at the markets today. Let's take a look at the silver price. Silver's been bouncing back this afternoon, and she's back up over $15. But it's like I said, these guys that have been knocking the price down, suppressing the price, they know they can't take it below mining production cost. They can. Actually, they can. They can do whatever they want. They could take it down to $1. They could take it down to 10 cents. But at that point, I mean, their game's going to be over. They're going to ruin their game, because we'll have a silver shortage. Because the mines will basically just say, well, that's it. we're still making silver, but we're gonna keep it ourselves until the price goes back up. You know, they won't even put it into the market if it gets too low in price. And these guys, they know that. These guys that are manipulating the price down. So I notice them dropping it down, but they just drop it down to what mining production cost is, and then it bounces back again on them. But they're playing this game. They're keeping it from going too much higher, because it protects the dollar. If silver and gold go too high, what's your dollar worth? Nothing. That's what your dollar would be worth. So, storing cryptocurrencies away. So you want to get started in Bitcoin, you know, and you want to buy some now. You decide you want to buy some. What you need is a good wallet. Now, most wallets are downloaded onto your computer. That's where your wallets are. You can download downloadable wallets. If you go to Bitcoin wallets, you know, they've got wallets in there. One I used for a long time was one called Electrum. It's called Electrum, and it proved to be, I never had too much problems with Electrum, but I did have problems with a wallet called Multibit. My password wouldn't work on it, and I had a real problem getting my coins out. Luckily for me, I'd written down all my words very carefully. You know, there's certain words that you have to write down. If you get a wallet like Electrum, make sure you follow the instructions and you take your words. I think there's 12 words you have to write down. Words like carrot, beans, potatoes, you know, stuff like that. There's just simple words, and it to a person that's not really into this, who never did this before, they think, oh, that can't be an important step, writing down a bunch of stupid words. Let's move on to the next step, honey. You know, that's not important. And they might skip that step, you know, and they might jump right into their wallet and put their coins in there, and then the first thing you know, you get a glitch in your wallet or something happens. And it says it wants those words for you to recover. And you're like, well, what do we do with those words? And she says, well, I thought you said they weren't important. I threw them in the garbage. You've just lost your coins. So you got to follow the steps carefully, and you got to write down those words and put them away in a safe place. But there are wallets like Electrum out there. Now, there's the original wallet that comes with Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Core wallet. But the problem with that is you'll have to download the full node, which will take like 2 whole days. And you'll need like 100, you'll need a lot of space on your computer. I think it's 100 gigabytes or something like that. Download the full node, and it takes like 2 days, and you need a good internet connection. If you've got a bad internet connection, it might take a week to download the full node before you can store your coins. But that's a very safe wallet. Downloading the full node is a safe way to store your coins. But now, there's other ways. There's this right here. Trezor, Trezor wallet, and I use this. This is what I use. It's a very private bank in your hands, easy to use wallet, but you have to buy this. This costs money. This isn't free. I think it's like $100 for the wallet, but it's a safe way. It's very safe. If you follow the directions properly, it's very safe. And then there's another one right here called the Ledger Nano. Okay? And it's just as good as Trezor, and it's about the same price. I see them on sale here. Here's one now. This is in Canadian funds right there, $78.21 in Canadian funds. So it's only $50 American, basically, or $55 American, something like that. $50 or $60 American. So it's really cheap, the Ledger Nano, and it's a good little wallet. It's a good little wallet, too. But you got to verify when you get these wallets. The first thing to do, if you buy a Trezor or a Nano, the first thing to do is to verify that it's the original Trezor or Nano and it's never been tampered with. So you're not putting money in somebody else's wallet, even though you got the wallet. You got to make sure that it's in the original packaging, it's been sealed, and then you got to verify it. You got to verify the wallet first. You got to verify it. Then you got to follow all the steps in the instructions. Once you've verified that it's factory new, factory sealed, and everything else, then you got to follow all the instructions carefully. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to learn about investing in cryptocurrencies, and there's a lot to learn about investing in gold and silver. And why I recommended you guys go to the top bullion dealers if you're going to buy gold and silver, there's a reason why I recommended that, is because the Chinese are making fake gold and silver by the truckload. And they're selling it on these less reputable places that sell gold and silver. They even try to trick these companies like ATMEX, but they're on to them. If a fake coin comes into a company like ATMEX, they look at their coin, look overall, and they test everything all the time. So it's much less likely that you'd ever get a fake coin from some place like ATMEX. Whereas these companies like on eBay and stuff, you could easily get into something fake, you know, on some of these other companies. And if you're buying from somebody who knows somebody else and he's going to give you a good deal, as soon as they tell you they're going to give you a good deal on silver, walk the other way. If he tells you he's going to give you silver for less than spot price, walk the other way. Because I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to, and you would be surprised how good the Chinese can fake silver. It really looks real. They actually use real silver to fake silver. They use silver plating they can use. And they're very good at it. Now, myself, one of the things I do is I take a little small magnet. It's a special kind of magnet called a neodymium magnet or a rare earth magnet. Very strong, very small magnet. And I've learned how to slide it down the coin a certain way so it tells me if it's real silver. It's a quick, simple test that I'm able to perform. I perform a ring test and a weight test, you know, and these tests will tell you if you're getting real silver. But I buy only from reputable companies, so I'm very careful not to get into any fake silver or any fake gold. I'm going to tell you what, it's a very real possibility you can actually get into this and you can lose all your money. It's one of the hazards of investing in gold and silver, is fake gold and silver. And believe me, it's real and it's out there. And some of them are very good at it. They fake 10-ounce gold bars. They put a thick, very thick gold plating over tungsten. You know? And these fake gold bars have even made their way into some of these reputable companies. One guy didn't know he had a fake gold bar until he tried to drill a hole through it. And he hit the layer of tungsten. And then he peeled all the gold off. Of course, it was like a 10-ounce bar, but there must have been 2 or 3 ounces of real gold on top. The tungsten was underneath, about maybe 7 ounces of tungsten. So there's a lot to this. There's a lot to both gold and silver and cryptocurrencies. There's a lot to it. Cryptocurrencies have been jumping in price. We saw a jump up from about 4,100 to 4,733 overnight. Now it seems to be maintaining that price at 4,736. And all the coins jumped with it. Look at the cryptocurrency market caps. We can see all these coins jumped. Like Litecoin went up 14.62%. Ethereum went up 10.23%. XRP is up 8.3% overnight. You know, so there's an awful lot of money to be made. But the thing is there's a lot more risk in cryptocurrencies. If you know what you're doing, it takes some of the risk away. You know, probably I would say that people, now I'm just going to say probably, but to give it a probability, I'd say probably there's a good chance that the more safer coins are the top coins, like Bitcoin, Litecoin, appear to be very safe. You know, this is where I would put, if now just, this is not financial advice, but if you're bound and determined, you're going to have some cryptocurrency, you're probably safest to go with Bitcoin and Litecoin. And probably if you want some of these coins that's further down, you know, it's anybody's guess, but I wouldn't get as far down as, say, when you get down to around 40, you're getting down pretty far down and out there, and a lot of these coins are just going to disappear. And of course you're going to lose your money, because there's not room for how many different coins that they have on this particular site well, they got the top 100 here, but there's thousands. You know, if you get too far out there, well, those coins, a lot of them are going to disappear. You're going to lose all your money, 100% of your money. The coin's just going to die. You know, if you get a coin, like, let me just go here and show you. Say I picked a coin in random, and I decided I was going to buy, and say I decided to get AELF, ALF coin, whatever it's called. Say this is the coin I picked right here, AELF. You know, and they're 19 cents a piece. You know, and say I bought 1 million of them at 19 cents a piece, they might just disappear. You know, sure, the price would go up if you bought a lot of them, but then they're probably going to disappear later, you know. But look at this. This coin right here, I just picked it at random, and it's like rank number 97. And look at this. They got $54 million in market cap. It shows you how much money's coming into these coins. $54 million. And it's ranked 97. You know? So this is a growing industry, and it's only going to continue to grow. But you have to understand that gold and silver, you know, they've been around forever. And it's actually a much safer place to invest your money, ultimately. And you probably, in the end, we're probably going to see 10 times your money, you know, if you wait long enough. The problem is waiting while you watch these birds murder the market every 2 or 3 days, you know. After a while, it just gets to you. It starts to, like this spike downwards this morning, you know, it just gets to you after a while. It's starting to get to me, you know. Of course, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on silver and gold, you know. I love them. I think they're the most wonderful thing, but still, it just gets to you after a while. These guys keep smashing this price down. Listen, thank you guys for listening to this report, and we'll catch you guys very soon. Bye-bye, guys.